All right, it's time for Xuanzang's Tower. Good morning, everybody. Um, Coming to you live from everywhere. Really happy to be here today, and we have a class with Geshe Michael leading us, thankfully. Oh, and Gibson's live in Rimrock, Arizona. This is exciting.
Really have swimming trunks on, Nate? Surfer. Do you want to show us? Nah,
I'm going to spare you all, and I'll just have to leave.
that's better. Reminds me of a song. Take the
Do you guys have swimming trunks on over there? I heard Peachtree's getting a pool.
Oh, it's crazy. I
Is
don't
it
like
hot?
to go there anymore. It's too crowded.
Are you having a heat wave in Arizona right now?
Yeah. They want us to open up a branch in San Diego.
I think it's a good idea. I saw just the space right on the beach.
Yeah. So should we go over to this homework master here?
Yeah.
Get over,
Let me see.
Ready? Okay. Here we go. Dun, dun. How do we do that?
Yeah, let me see.
We go this way. Good. Okay, good.
Okay. All right.
Can you expand it a minute?
Okay.
Yeah, just for the older people. All right.
So this will be the last quiz for this book.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah. And I read the Hasutra commentary recently, and I found out Choni Lama has quoted this book at least 5 or 6 times. So I think it will be great to use the code as a quiz for the last homework. So the first question is, please fill the following blanks. Reaching what never occur, and elaboration to could never be stopped if object had what, because what could not be stopped.
Cinnamon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nima, cool. Thank you. Yeah, essence is one of the blank.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, if object has any nature of their own.
This is a nice homework question. Yeah.
Because what could never stop?
Chukun.
Well, you said elaborations in the second line. Is that again?
Yeah, it's a nature. Nature could never stop.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the record from the Choni Lama's book.
Okay.
And what is could not be stopped in Tibetan?
Dopmepa or
Dopame.
Dopamepa.
Oh, again. Yeah, Dopamepa. And the second one in the root text, Jason Kaba say the unequal reason why you taught everyone the very essence of the teaching is perceiving emptiness. But how our commentator Muchidama Bhadra gave the comment to the Gyuchen, the reason. Yeah, it's actually the answer is down below. So,
what's Dawa map?
Unequal.
The moon, but then moon means a match.
So
unmatched.
Unmatched.
Oh.
So he said the reason here means method. You are giving people method for perceiving emptiness. So which means the interdependence. So our commentator think that the best way to see emptiness is first tolerate the dependence.
Nice.
So what is the Tibetan film method?
Stop.
Taps.
Mm.
Yeah, tap.
Okay.
Okay, the last one. Zhejiang Kaba gives what reason to prove the Buddha is a teacher without any match?
He taught dependence.
Yeah.
He already smoked all his cigarettes.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
this is quote from Geshe. Buddha didn't just teach the dependent; he taught emptiness with I think
Like
with a
cinnamon rolls with
dependent. I think
Cool.
this one should be
Oh yeah, good. Yeah.
like a cinnamon roll with frosting.
I don't know why,
Ah.
but it's
Yeah, because for the functionalist follower, they think if you teach dependent, they think that the dependent have their own nature. Yeah.
What's the Tibetan for cinnamon rolls? Oh,
Yes.
Look at
What's
that.
Tibetan for cinnamon roll with frosting?
Ah.
No.
Haklep. You're
Normal.
No.
Hey, Capsaicin.
Capsaicin.
Ah.
No. It's a samojang.
Ah.
Samotendo.
Ah.
Rob got it.
You tricked us.
Because
It's frosting on the emptiness.
Yeah.
It makes the emptiness tastier.
okay, so here,
Nice homework.
thank you.
Inspiring. Now let's just skip class and go straight to the
Oh,
peach tree.
Better make
um,
this release.
so here's my draft translation for the first graph.
Okay, here we go. Let's check it. When you want to read the whole thing just for fun?
Yeah.
Okay, go slow. Don't worry.
Okay.
You got the cursor.
Gunlo juguba jaki loi dawa tambor. Chinchen ki ma gun chang xie ni le. Malun ba te tang. Ceten ki sumo ni gyu. Rin ki du jigla de. Rang rang ki sa chun chang yang mi rube chugu mang boy. Go we cha gebo jig pu lu. Kong 이교와 체메 게테 다니 사엠바 시투
Saemba.
사엠바
Nice. Okay.
sorry 시투 주바 냥렌 제조 공내 내수 다마 슈
Shoo.
라멘 무추리 true 두 두규 체나니에 장 창신칭 랍체웨이 대두체순
Okay, good. Nice. So Gunglo Chukupa,
in the year of 19
yeah, when he was 19, which was the Chakilo
in the Iron
Iron
Dog
Dog
year,
Okay, in the Dawa Dumbo.
the first month,
His Jinchengi Ma,
his kind-hearted mother.
good. Ma Lumba means she had not reached more than. Okay,
Okay.
she had not reached more than Shenyi.
42.
42 years old. Yeah. Gung means winter. And and sometimes in some languages, winters means years old because if you survive the winter, you're another year. Okay. So Zhang means number, right? So she had number of winters 42. She had just reached 42 and she passed away. No older than 42. And he had a sumo. I don't know this word, but I looked it up. It means auntie. And she was sewa. Then
She have a love.
loving, yeah. And they both passed away. Duchik.
In the same time.
Yeah. Gyu means the cause of their passing away was Rim, which means an infectious disease like like common in the third world. I don't know, like
COVID.
cholera or something like yeah. So the Gyu means the cause of death, was rims with an S. So rim without an S means long rim,
Step.
means steps, but rims with an S means as an infectious disease that goes step by step through the population. So it means a plague. So they died of some general plague. Du Chigla,
In the same time.
they died at the same time. This day means gone beyond. We see it in Yangnan Depa, which means to go beyond grief, which is nirvana. But in this case, it means they died. They went beyond. Okay. But they had Tugu Mumbo. And
Many
in modern Creole, they say Hugu. Hugu.
Children.
Yeah, many children. Truk is a childizer word. You can add it to any animal's name. So Pak Truk is
Piggy.
piglets.
piglets.
Cha Truk is little birds, you know. So Truk means, what's a gay Truk?
Virtue puppy.
Oh, little monk.
A disciple is called a virtue puppy. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Tibetan word for a student of a lama. It's called a getu. Okay. And they could barely sawa and tonga.
Eat and drink.
Yeah, they're so small they could barely eat and drink. Mambo. Korwa means a verb. Surrounded the papa.
Their father.
Their father. Gepo means old, elderly. Okay. And by the way, that's connected to the word gen, which means older teacher. Okay. With a different suffix letter. So there's just one old man had to take care of all these countless kids who could barely eat and drink, even if they had anything. Cheapo, this Lu is tricky. Huh?
Not a body?
It's not a body, it's a verb.
Does it means not included or something?
Right, left behind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lupa means left behind. So Chikpur Lupa, he was left alone with all these kids. So Lupa can mean a verb to be left behind. Okay. Lu. That's kind of what it means when you say Malupa.
Nothing left over, all.
Which means all, nothing left over. Okay. It doesn't mean no body, right? Okay. Kong means Nuchudar Badra, okay, our teacher, whose biography we are reading, Lama Quicksilver. Kong means it's a polite word for he, okay, even in colloquial. And you rarely use it. It's kind of very overly polite. Yi Kyowa.
Sorrow.
Yeah, Yi Kyowa is similar to Ngenjung.
Geshe.
Yeah, Gyoshe, yeah. He was disturbed. Who? Nuchudar Banner died, his auntie died, the father's left with all the kids, and he was sad. Not just a little sad, same mate. Immeasurably sad. Gate, he got that kind of sadness. Then Dani means usually a decision. Dani. Now?
No.
Okay, now I'm gonna go to Sa Imba.
Oh, do some retreat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to some empty place, which is like Diamond Mountain. Okay, some kind of empty place. Sa Imba. When the people go on retreat in the scriptures, it's usually to Sa Imba, some kind of Bowie, Arizona. Okay, out in the middle of nowhere. It means out in the middle of nowhere. By the way, what's Luang Ngwen Semwen?
Transcendental body, speech, and mind.
Yeah, these are three tantric stages. But the Wen means devoid of conceptual thought or something like that. Okay. Satnam Bashiktu. This Drupa means
meditate.
Practice. Yeah, he decided to do some practice. Usually it means to achieve something, but in this context, Drupa means Nyamlen. He decided to do some Nyamlen, spiritual practice. Che do, I will go to do some spiritual practice. He had that gong.
Intention.
Good, nice. And then he shewed that netsu to his lama.
He's asking for advice from his lama.
Yeah, he informed Shu, he informed his
Shu.
lama of that situation, netsu. And then the lama, subject of the sentence, because it has an S on it, okay, instrumental by the lama, okay, means that he's the subject of the sentence. The lama did something. He said, do gyu means you should. Okay, gyu means cause, but do means stay. Do gyu means I think you should stay at this retreat.
Hermitage.
Called Mutu.
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Then Gibson asked me why I put those, why did I make a special reminder mark to myself there?
Because that's how he got his name.
Percentage. Yeah, that's how he got his name. Okay, he used to hang out. Then from then on, for the rest of his life, he was doing a lot of retreat and he stayed there. So people started to call him DM. See what I mean? Okay. I always wondered why he was called Quicksilver. By the way, Quicksilver has rasa in Sanskrit. It has a lot of connotations of magic, transformation, alchemy. Nagarjuna was a famous Quicksilverist. So in Buddhism, in traditional Buddhism, it has a lot of connotations of transforming things with bodhicitta and with emptiness. Okay, so it has a lot of emotional feeling for a Tibetan. If you call somebody Quicksilver, rasana, the what do you call it? The transforming liquid, alchemical liquid. Yeah. Dugyu means you should stay, meaning there's a cause to stay. But dugyu in colloquial means, you should stay there. Okay, chena. Nye gyang sam. There's this kind of thing where they have made a word for a noun by saying two opposites, like short, long means length. Nye gyang means
close,
far. And and it means sam means it's convenient, fitting. It's not too far away that I can't come and help you if you get in trouble. And it's not so close that I would bother you by being too close. It's a nice distance. Okay. And that particular richa is Jinlab Chewa.
Blessing by a lot of lama.
Blessed by a lot of lamas. So when you look for a place to do retreat or some extended meditation, they often list Jinlab Chewa. If people have struggled through a hard 3-year retreat there, then that place has a lot of blessings, and that's a good place to go to do your retreats or something like that. Instead of just going to some B&B out in the middle of nowhere that maybe the people fought there for 20 years in the bad marriage or something. Just typical. Right? Okay, so try to go to a place that has some juju. It has some good juice. Okay. Good. Che.
Stay there.
And so
Yeah,
and
you
so
should
he
stay there. Who's Sum? His teacher.
Oh, his teacher.
His teacher said, you should go there and stay there and do a retreat.
Yeah.
Because he had renunciation from the death of his close family, especially his mom. When your mom dies, you have a special renunciation for 20 years or something. Okay.
That's all.
Oh, sorry. That's all?
Yeah.
Okay, nice job. You did a nice job. Let me look at your translation. Epidemic is a nice word for rim. Nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice. Good. Yeah, nice. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Good translation. All right. Let's go to Grandpa's screen here, I guess. and get these guys up there. You go away. Can't do it. Okay. All right. So I think we're at Gunglo, right?
Yeah, no issue.
Yeah. So do you want to have someone read, Gibson? And
Yeah. How about Jack? Do you want to read?
you could sit there. Okay.
Okay. Here.
Let's see how good this overseas program is. No pressure.
Gunglo ni shu pa chek
Jack.
chak
Chak pak.
chak
Pak.
pak lor mulchu ri tru du pe
Keep going.
lote dawa chu par lop pun lopun ye she tel drup trung ne
Keep going.
ge longi dompa nu
Because
ne
it has a
ne
prefix, it's high tone.
ne ne
And keep going. One more sentence. Gunglo.
Gunglo nir chik par lo
Song.
sang lop sang kel sang chu gel lopun du
Then.
Then,
tene sen jong ze
yeah, we left the gaps of the lines of the original manuscript.
Mm.
So it's easier to find the correct line if you have a question.
mm,
So we leave the spaces until we finish the translation, then we close them all up.
Mm.
And by the way, this particular biography comes from a printed book, which was invented by ACIP, ALL, and now it's spread over 5-6 million people use it in Himalayas, Western region. Okay. Gunglo?
When he hit 2 years.
Yeah.
Age.
So when you're referring to a High Lama, you don't say 20 years old, you say 20 respectable winters old.
Mm.
Okay. So when he was Nishu
22
in the Chakpak law,
in the Iron Peak year.
yeah, and there's a way we have input the years and the elements. So if you ever need, you can look it up in the database. So I checked, I confirmed it. It's 1791. So in 1791, he went to
You went to Quicksilver
Hermitage. Nice. In the Dawa Chupa of the same law.
in the 10th month of the same year
Yeah, at the feet, Trung.
at the feet of the master Geshe Michael.
Yeah, and by the way, there's a several languages in Tibetan, and one is epistolary language, letter writing language. And all letters start with dear Rob or something like that. In Tibetan, you don't say dear, you add chungdu at the end of the salutation. You say Olga chungdu, which means I offer this letter at the feet of Olga or something like that. That's how you open every letter in Tibetan. So chung is very important. Chung means at the feet of, or So at the feet of this Lama, Geshe Michael, he knew the Domba of a Gelung.
He get the vow of the full monks.
No means to take a vow. No is the verb to take a vow. Okay. It's not very common. All right. It means to make a promise. He took his vows. Okay. And I like to go find out more about each of the people in a Lama's biography if I have time. I go and see if they were known for anything special. And if you want to, you can play around with that. Look, I'm not aware of this Lama Geshe Michael, but he could be somebody. He's not a major writer or anything, but there might be some stories about him or something. I like to go check these things out because in Asia, people do not write personal biographies. They write glorified biographies. And you don't get a feeling for the person's, influence that made him who he is, So I like to go check out the Lama. You can see that he had renunciation. You can see that his spiritual life was partly inspired by the death of his mom and his aunt. Okay. Who's going to read this next one?
You can go ahead.
Mr. Jack,
Okay.
start with Gunlo.
Gunglo?
Yeah, and you got the cursor, okay? You got
Okay.
the airplane.
Oh, we did this part, no?
No, we did another Gunlo.
Okay. Gunglo nierchik parlo zang kel zang chu gel lopun du tene sen jong se
One more sentence. Lame,
lame sung som ge
gay, nice.
chek no
Chak.
ge chak tree kyang kong gi ze
One more sentence. You're doing so good.
kyang lopun lo ni tsam le ma shuk par ku chek.
Nice. Stop there.
Okay.
So we're at Gunglo near Chik.
21 years
Gibson.
old.
Yeah, when he was 21. He went to Senjong. It's like Lojong.
Develop a good heart.
Yeah, but Sen means to listen.
Oh,
Senjong means
this
he
one.
went to study
Yeah.
with this teacher as his teacher. And this besten is a very specific spelling of the verb to rely upon somebody, BRTEN. When you change it to S, it means
Depend upon
it
the teacher.
means relying on someone in a personal way, as a lama or as a doctor. Only those two cases. So besten, when you see besten, it means they had a relationship of lama and student. So besten means take yourself to a lama or take yourself to a physician. Okay. So you gotta be careful with that spelling, BSTEN, and then you have to translate it differently. And it should imply some kind of close relationship. So he went to this teacher, Losang Kelsang Chugel, as his lopen, as his study teacher. And also, Ze is the honorific of
Che.
to do chepa. Meaning Muchadharm Badra, Lama Quicksilver, Ze. He did something. What? He did some chaktis.
Writing.
Yeah, he did some. So what happens in Tibet is in those days, a lama would write a book. They would scribble a book quickly, and then the disciple had to write it out in nice calligraphy. And then if it went well, they would carve it. If it didn't go well, it would disappear. So there's an intermediate step of all composition of great lamas in Tibet, which is called chakti. Somebody has to do a handwritten manuscript. And then they pass it around. People try to study it. If it goes well, they carve it. Okay. So what are they saying here?
So when Lama has a teaching, he just transcribe.
Yeah. And Sung Tom here means the works that he wrote.
Oh,
So his teacher wrote some books and he was the scribe, which is a kind of a very irritating job. I had to do that. And but every great disciple helps publish books of their teacher. And that's been going on for thousands of years. Somebody has to write it out. And it takes a long time and it's hard. If you make one mistake, you throw the paper out, you start over. It's okay. So Sung Tom Ge. This ga means gashik.
only
Some.
some. Oh,
there were other scribes, but he did some of them.
Mm.
So some of the manuscripts, handwritten manuscripts, were done by him. And by the way, like in Mongolian library, we are saving a lot of these, and we are taking images of them. And they're hard to read because they're in handwriting, like 1,000 years ago. A lot of the materials from Dunhuang, from the Mogao caves that Stanley's working with, 50,000 pieces of manuscripts are handwritten, and they're kind of cool. And they're not so hard to read. You can read them. Okay. Sengyang Konggize. Unkyang,
But
but that Lopen.
the master,
What's Lopen in Sanskrit?
Acharya.
Acharya. Okay. He only shupa for Lo Ni.
2 years.
Mm.
Yeah, he only lived for 2 more years. And then his kushe,
His holy body passed.
yeah, he
Gone
passed away. So he only studied for 2 years with this teacher. Okay. All right. He had trouble finding a teacher who was hanging around for a while. All right, who's gonna go next?
Rebecca.
Rebecca, I just met a girl. We're gonna start with Gedzok.
Mm.
You can skip this note to myself.
Okay.
You got the cursor. No cursing, just the cursor.
Okay.
Nice job, Jack. We know they weren't just, hanging out and eating kapse.
We ate a lot of kapse. Yedzuk
That's why
Sokyang
you go to Nepal after.
work off the
You
kapse.
work out the kapse by getting diarrhea in Nepal.
And we did.
I know. I can predict it.
Oh boy. Okay. Yedzuk Sokyang Kongi Dru.
Keep going.
Hunglo near Niene. So ni war lo chu.
This
Oh,
is
sorry.
part, yeah.
Ni par lo churing trashy. Oh, trashy linpor tenmang. Should I keep going?
Keep going. Yeah.
Tangmang pepte trongze lopsang so trim.
Keep going.
Huke yongzin lopsang tenzin
Good. Keep going.
tenzin drukbuang kelsang chigel sok lopun kechen mangpo
Go a little more.
la chuka tai yapashu.
Shoo. Nice. Okay. Yeah, Gedzok. So Gedzok means prayers at death. The prayers for his teacher. He did the prayers, which is to show that he was the main disciple. Okay. Gedzok. So he Kong honorific him. He meaning Lama Quicksilver did the prayers for his teacher. Drup means accomplished or did them. Then from Lonier up to Sony, near Ni.
22 to 32.
Yeah, from 22 years old to 32 years old, which is Lo Chu.
10 years in the decade.
He pepped to Tashilumbo Tengmang.
Oh, he went to Tashihumbo several times.
Yeah, and this is the 4th great Gelugpa monastery in Tibet. Okay, there's the big 3, Thera, Jebu, and Ganden. And then Tashilumbo is considered the 4th. In India, it's only about an hour tuk-tuk ride from Thera. My teacher served there because his teacher was the abbot. And he passed away there recently. Okay, so he went to Tashilumbo many times. That's to show that he had the equivalent of a Geshe training. Okay, he did go to one of the 4 great monasteries, and kind of you can't get that level of education if you don't go to one of the 4. So that's kind of like to say, look, he had the real thing. Okay, Pepte. And here's a list of the teachers he studied with. And normally the teacher's name is 4 syllables, Lo Song Chunzin. And then they'll say his state name or his district name or his college name, like Gyeron Wa Lo Song Chunzin. So here's Lo Song Sutran from Zhongzhe, which is like a district. Then there's the Yongzhen. Yongzhen means tutor. Okay, and it's a very important word in the Prajnaparamita literature. When we study the definition of a teacher, it's called Yongzhen. And it's the name for one of the 2 tutors of the Dalai Lama. So Yongzhen nowadays means, if you're a Yongzhen, it means you have trained the Dalai Lama somehow. You've been involved with it normally. Okay, so he's from Guge. Guge is West Tibet, near Ladakh, which was the original Tibet, was called Guge. Okay, far west, near to Central Asia. So it has a lot of influence through the Khyber Pass. All right, Guge, Yongzhen, Losang Tenzin. And then Drupong is another area of Tibet, and his name was Kelsang Chugyal, etc. Lopen Kechen, which means?
Great scholar.
Yeah, great masters, Mumbo. He got Che teachings, Tayepa.
Yeah, infinity.
Infinite number of teachings. Okay?
Yeah.
Che Ka means teachings. Okay. Shu.
Ask, request.
Yeah, requested, meaning received. Okay. Okay. Shu means to. What's Gongbashu? Gongbashu. When you take your leave of a teacher, you don't say, see you later. You say, Gongbashu, may I request permission to depart? Okay, Gongbashu. Okay, so Shu is polite. Meaning he didn't just get teachings, he begged for teachings and he was granted teachings. Okay. Who's going to read next?
Rebecca.
Oh.
Rebecca. Okay, you got the cursor.
Right here.
Yeah.
Kepar Jedrung Lopsang Gendon Truktu Tratangyen Ngaksum Tak Ngonju
Yep.
Ngonju.
Keep going.
Depjor Soksen
Keep going.
Dorna Rigne Che Trakunla Kepa Chenpor Girte Ke Drup.
Key.
Okay.
Good.
Ki Drakpa Kuntu Kapwo.
Nice. Good. Nice reading. That seems to work to go study overseas. Tung means at the feet of. We talked about it already. That's what you use to write a letter. But there's a position, a high position in Tibet called Jedung. So Je means a lord, meaning like a high government official. You gave me a Chinese word that was used a lot in East Tibet.
yeah.
No, it's not Dawang. Okay. Anyway, Jedung means you stand. Jung means at the feet of a lord, and that means you are an assistant to some important official. So Yikchung is very common, which means you are the secretary to a high official, which is a high position in itself. In the Gelugpa monasteries, it's the second most powerful person in the monastery. And I was the Yikchung, first foreigner for 2 years or something. Okay. Jedung, nobody ever knew that, and nobody cared. Okay, Kepar, Losang Genden Chungdu, at the feet of Losang Gendu. Now here it means he sent.
Listen.
Yeah, he heard many teachings. Okay. He studied Ja.
The sound.
Shabda.
Sanskrit.
Okay.
Cool.
This is the ancient word for Sanskrit, is word. Shabda. Okay. Shabda is the study of Sanskrit, and it means sound. Okay, so he studied Sanskrit, and you can tell he's one of the few people from the 1700s who can explain a Sanskrit word correctly. Okay, so and the study of Sanskrit died out quickly in the monasteries after the 1400s, after the translation of the Kangyur and Tengyur and the destruction of India's Buddhism. It wasn't important anymore to study Sanskrit. So anyway, he studied Sanskrit untypically. And Nyangat.
Poetry?
Nyangat means classical poetry. Okay. Sumtak means classical grammar. It means 3 reasons, and this was the name of one of the early surviving works by one of the young men who went to India to get an alphabet. He was the only survivor to come back, and he wrote grammar books called Sumtak. So Sumtak came to mean grammar.
Is that spelling
Munja,
an acceptable variant, or is it just in this case they spell it without the gal?
yeah, sometimes they spell it without the go. Yeah, but it should. I would spell. I'm not sure. You can check. Ngunja means high classical poetry. Okay. And then Debjor. Deb means to put 2 things side by side, and Debjor means composition. Literally, composition. So it means how to construct sentences and how to construct classical writing. So Debjor is an important. It's on top of grammar. It's how to compose properly after you learn grammar. So I've been through all that. My teacher made me memorize those texts, and it takes about 4 or 5 years to learn those. Okay, Debjor, Sok Sen. He listened to that. Dona.
Briefly.
Yeah. Rigne.
Science.
Rigne means the classical topics.
Oh.
There are 10. There are 10 major Rignes. There are 10 minor Rignes in ancient India. And the first thing I ever wrote was an article about them for the Tibet Journal in 1972 or something like that, 73. You could try to look it up, but there are 10 major sciences and 10 minor sciences. So the best of the major, it's not 5 and 5, the major science is Buddhism, and then other similar sciences. Then minor science might be medicine or the fine arts, like that. So he studied the Chewas and the Chawas.
The great and
yeah, the major, I think it's 5, major 5 and the lesser 5. He studied all 10. Rigne Chu, okay. And he became a Kepa
master
of all the classical divisions of knowledge. Okay, Kirte. And he became Chakpa as a Kedu.
He became well known as a practitioner and
and his Chakpa means his fame was spread by loud barking. So Kedup is Gang has an author named Kedup Timbadagdi, and or Kedup J, and it means wise and accomplished, but it has a connotation of not just book learning, but on your ass learning in meditation, in retreat. So Kedrub is a big compliment. To call somebody Kedrub means Kedang Drupa, Keshin Drupa. You are a master scholar and you have put it into real practice. So it's a Siddha Drup. You actually carried it out. Okay. And that cover everywhere.
Cover everywhere.
Yeah, everybody said, oh, he's a real Kedrub. Okay. All over Tibet, people got to know him as a Kedrub.
The English word.
As a Kedrub, I call it wise and accomplished. The wise part means, because some people get wise and they never practice. And some people practice and they don't know what they're doing. So Kedrub is better. Okay, all right. Who's gonna read next?
Rob.
Mr. Haggerty with the Irish accent Tibet.
Here.
You do the cursive.
Gunlo so cheek shape
Yeah.
lo de la no
地道
de dawa gupar yabde
Previous on the day. Yum day.
yamde
Yeah.
gunlo so ni sawa or sawe
So
sawe lopen kedruk chembo nak wang
good.
dorje right
yeah
Yeah.
okay ku shake gunlo so napa ne drupa nyamlen soar soar say
yeah
k
yeah
kepar shake cheek pa pe
Nay.
ne rang yok
Keep going.
rangi yay
che
che say it again
che
che te chulen paang gelong ka cheek la
chu
chu
yeah
really chu te
Keep going.
ne nyen so ku kor sang ma
Yeah, good.
den sang ma den sar sang
Good stuff. Okay, Gibson, Gungno Sochik,
so when he came to 41 years old
31.
or 31
Yeah. By the way, how old is he when he writes the commentary that we just did?
20
He's 23. Amazingly young. Gungno Sochik at the age of 31. What's the Sherpa here? It's honorific to accept something. But when you're saying he reached 31 years old, you say his honorable self accepted 31. Okay, it's a very polite. Okay, the author of this biography is being typically honorific. When he had attained the age of 31, in the 9th month, his Yabnde,
his father died
yeah, his honorable father passed away. The old man with all the kids to feed. When he was Sonyi,
when he was 32
his great Kidu Lopen Sawa Ngong Dorje.
Where's your Emma? 是吧？
roots
Yeah.
roots master
Yeah,
哎呀，好累哦，我拿起来
passed，away
宝贝。
yeah.
45.
Notice the difference in the verbs here.
Yeah.
The father de,
yeah
like Nyangen Le Depa, it means he passed. And then Kushek means his holy body went on honorably. So the different verbs for father and lama. Okay. Gunglo Songapa.
when 35 years old
Yeah. And then the ne is important here.
up to
Uh-uh.
no from now from
Yeah,
30
from 35 on,
Mm.
he committed himself to personal
practice
retreat
okay
from 35. I think he lived into his 60s. So he locked himself up, basically. And a lot of great lamas did that. Choni Lama did that. After his mother died, he was already the abbot. He quit everything and he locked himself up. And he wrote 120 books. So anyway, Dupan Yamlen means personal retreat practice. Okay. He
mainly
mainly committed himself to personal practice after the age of 35. Okay. Kepar,
particularly
particularly from the age of Shechu.
41 years old
Yeah, good. Now you got to skip down here. Okay, after 395. Dan Sar Zang. Zong means to send a package, for example. And Densa means major monastery. There's 3 Densas in Tibet. Ganden Center. Sometimes Tashinhumo is a 4th one. So he Densa Ladzong, his assistants, all his attendants, he Densar Zong.
send him back
Yeah, you guys go sit in the monastery. I'm staying out here at Daimon. I'm practicing. And I don't need you people around. He sent them all back to the monastery. Okay, from where? Quicksilver Retreat
Mm.
Center, which is in the mountains. It's, so Kukor means,
Attendant.
yeah, all the attendants of his holy body, meaning his assistants. Sangma means gun, all of them. He sent them back. Nian Yin,
Relative, close friend.
yeah, close ones. Okay. And now when you're in those retreats in Tibet, in the mountains, you need someone to, the main reason to have an assistant is true.
Water.
Yeah, like carrying water is a pain in the ass. And before pipes were invented, carrying water is the whole humanity was carrying water, and so it's useful to have one or two yopos.
Servants.
Yeah, servants to carry your water. At least you should have one guy to carry your water back and forth if you're going to do deep retreat. But even that, he did it himself. Okay. Sorry, he had a few people left around. He had a few monks. He kept a few monks around to carry water, which is smart. Okay. But then just before that, it says, Rang Yok Rang Ki Che.
He can manage his own life.
Yeah, the rest of his Yokpo means servant or helper. The rest of his, what do you call him? Personal assistant stuff, he did himself. He sent everybody away. Okay, so no.
So what is the Zhen mean?
Chul means to give somebody some work.
Okay.
Yeah. So he said, you two guys stay and carry water, and the rest of you go. Something like that. Okay. And then he took care of his other, he cooked for himself, stuff like that. Okay. Who's gonna read from here? Dene.
Dene Shungung Lo
Yechu.
Gechu Par. What is that? Parchu?
入境.
Chutsing Du Che Nyan Zepar Teng Ga Bepa Ma Tok Du Pelche Wa Nul Churi True Du Drupa Kone Du Dawar She
Zay.
Zay.
See how much more we gotta go.
Not going to finish this time.
We're not gonna finish
Yeah.
this time. I was gonna skip the discussion, but I think we can finish anyway. Where are we? Oh yeah. Dene Sung. Dene Sung is an idiom that means from that time on. Sung is the verb zin, past tense.
To keep.
Yeah, it means from that day on. What day? The day he said, you guys leave, except you two stay and carry water. Rest of you go. From that day on until he was Gechu.
Oh, 80 years old?
Until he reached the age of 80, so 39 years, right? He stayed at Muchu. He stayed at Quicksilver Retreat Center. Except for Tenga means a couple of times. Teng means times, Ga means
sometime.
A few times he went for Chenyin.
Study and teaching. Study
and teach at a place called Truzin. Okay, which is hold the corner or something. It's a place named Peppa.
You went.
Yeah, and except for that, Matok, except for a few teaching trips that he made in those 39 years, Du Pelchewa.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time he spent at Munchu Richa.
Quicksilver Hermitage.
And committed himself to Drupa.
To the practice.
Yeah, well, so when you say it that way, Drupa means mostly retreat practice. He committed himself to his personal practice. Personal practice, you could translate it that way. Okay. Kone, Du Dawar. He spent his time only with that. Yeah. Dawar Ze, polite word. Okay. At the age of, who's reading next?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. there's something about that house that anyone who stays there can read well. I think it's the deer blessing from the backyard. From the backyard. Okay, you got the cursor, Lindsay. Gunglo.
Gunglo, Gyur,
Ju.
Ju,
Yeah, Ju.
Keju, Hebpa,
Good.
Rav Yung Kuship,
Jushipa.
Chushibe.
Chushipe, Kakmo,
Jakmo.
Chakmo, Hagilo Za,
Dawa.
Dawa, Washipe Se, Gyurpe Chidor Nul Churi
True.
True?
Yeah.
Do ku shake so
Nice. Stop
kong.
there. Keep sitting here. You're not free yet. When he had Pep to Gunglo Gechu.
When he means 80 years old.
Yeah, when he had reached 80 years old. In the 14th Rupchung.
In the 14th cycle.
Yeah, it's 60-year cycles. That's how they count years in Tibet. They don't say from the birth of Jesus Christ. And they say 14 cycles since the first Tibetan king. So in the 14th cycle, in the Chaklo,
in the iron year.
Yeah, the iron year, the female iron year of the pig.
Of the pig.
Okay, which is 1851. By the way, when I give you a year for a Tibetan year, there's always a 8% chance of mistake because their year ends according to the moon and not according to drunken Romans who invented the Western months. Okay, so I mean, the Western year is messed up. It's not connected to any of the three great connections of the year: sun, moon, or stars. It's just connected to some political upheaval in Rome. So, in that, so there's always a chance it was 1852, but I think it's a pain in the ass to write every author's years as 1851, 1852. It's just weird. It's just confusing. There's a 92% chance you're right. So it's okay. Who's gonna? He's not gonna over in his grave. Yes.
And if it's the fourth month, it has to be 1851.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Dawa Shipa in the fourth month on that Sege.
The 8th day.
Yeah, and that's considered an auspicious day. Okay, it's the halfway through the halfway through the waxing of the moon. The full moon is on the 15th, and the 8th is considered well into it's just over halfway into the waxing or the increase of the moon. And that's the day that we normally hold important ceremonies in the monastic tradition. So it's a good sign if you die on the 8th or the 10th or something like that. Okay, he died on the 8th. That's why they bothered to mention it. Okay, and in fact, he died in the Chidro in the evening of the 8th. So Chi means late, Tro means watch of the day. Chidro means, Ngadro means morning, Chidro means evening. Okay, at Muchu, who shake.
His holy body.
Yeah, his past body traveled. He didn't die. Okay, good. Somebody's groaning. I think it's Nick.
Here. Yeah, Kongi.
Yeah, do you want to read? I think we can do one more sentence. We got 2 minutes.
Kongi den sala ka. She de hel gling pag ape guten ni go di tukmar a deb pa po to druka. Girpe grub tog kun hel she pa de yin la lama de gu de rang mi sen serne. Dra dre Tekashi
Tashi.
Tashi.
Tashi Shi Ge Pel She Tag.
Good, nice. Kongi Densa.
His monastery.
Yeah, his own monastery was Dakpa. You know, we constantly have the verb Dakpa in Madhyamika literature, which is
Yeah.
what?
The picture.
Label.
Labeled
Label.
as?
To label with a picture, you know. Things are labeled. They're labeled with names, but mainly labeled with pictures in the manner of chocolate sauce on 2 ice cream balls.
Mm.
Okay, I don't know why I always use that. Why did they call his personal little monastery Tashigepeling?
Mm.
And a Mongolian will say
Rashi.
Rashi Gempo.
Temple.
Okay, so the name of his monastery has been put on the name of the monastery in the small temple in New Jersey.
Mhm.
Okay, and they say Rashi. They can't say Ja. Rashi. Gempo. Okay, and they prenasal a second column, which is illegal. Okay, Gempal. Okay, anyway, why was it called Rashi Gempoling? The Depapo of that Gumbo,
The founder of the monastery.
yeah, the first founder of that monastery was the Druga Gyupe Druptop. The Drug means upper Bhutan.
Mm.
Okay, Kagyupa means early, another Tibetan tradition. And Druptop is a nice word. Druptop means a person who commits their whole life to personal practice
Mm.
and is not a particular scholar. So oftentimes in the monastery, Druptop means someone who did not go the Geshe route, but they're very respected in the monastery, and they decided to commit themselves their whole life to retreat. So that's called Druptop Siddha. Okay, a Siddha. Okay, Siddha. His name was Kumpel, Druptop Kumpel.
Mm.
Okay, Shedadin Lama Te. His personal name was Kunpel. So that Lama got that monastery and gave it a piece of his own name.
Mm.
Sur means a piece of his name. He took a piece from his name. What's his name? Kunpel.
Mm.
What's the name of the monastery? Gepel Ling.
Mm.
So he took the Pel part from his name, which means to increase in virtue.
Just the Kensur is the same as this one.
This, yeah, good. Sur means to break off a piece of something.
Mm.
So Kensur means a former abbot.
Mm.
Okay, like broken off piece abbot or something. Okay, it means former. But here it means he took a piece of his name. He broke off a piece of his name, which is Pel, and he added it to the name of the monastery. And that's how we get Tashi Genpel. Tashi Genpel.
Okay.
If you're interested, the biographer gave us more information than we wanted. Okay, so we're gonna pick up here, and definitely we'll finish by next time. And I'm all ready to go on to Gibson's next amazing text, which is Chang Election Ningbo. And by the way, I've been translating Tsongkhapa's greatest book on emptiness, and it's very intriguing because in that book, through the influence of Chandakirti, he begins to formulate his ideas about interpreting the Buddha, and you can smell it happening. You can see it happening, and you can feel that he stopped and he went and finished the book about interpretation and came back to the book on emptiness. You can see it happening, and it's very beautiful. It's really amazing. So Gibson's going to go do that text, which is one of the most important texts ever written in any religion. Like, how do you interpret the founder of the religion? That's extremely important. And it's when you don't do that carefully, the religion gets corrupted. So Buddhism has sort of been protected that way. Stopped here. What's the date today?
7.
9/7/24. Okay, Grandpa's gonna go sit down. Gibson's gonna lead a piece today is good for your life. Today is good for your life.
We can't hear you guys too well now.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you forever as it echoes throughout the universe.
It's fixed. Okay. I need to figure out infinity. Yeah. So so anyone got inspiration from the biography from Quicksilver today? Yeah. I think one of the blessing, not a blessing, because Geshe has mentioned before, a lot of master when they are young, when they are 20 or 30, their parent pass away, and they start to set them to the spiritual path. So I think in some of my experience, I think we should focus on the leisure and function of our life and try to seize the moment and do the practice to be the K group. This is the term I like today. Yeah. So anyone have any opinion? Yeah, Rebecca.
I was just thinking about how he went into retreat.
Yeah.
And that it's an example for us when things get hard in our lives to go inwards and not outwards. Because a lot of times, especially in modern times, I think when things get hard, we go to our phones or Netflix. And this is an example of going inwards when things are hard and like not robo-clausing your way out of things, but trying to change things from the inside.
Okay. Yeah, I think the most part is he got a big name and at a very young age, and he doesn't hesitate to quit this kind of life and going to do some retreat.
It's almost like another Lama who published some like really famous books
and going to retreat.
And then like a 3-year retreat.
Yeah. Yeah, recently I heard I read the A-Side level 1 again. A kind of thought, one of the thought that's the hard, difficult to read of is the big name. Yeah, so it's really hard. Yeah. So what do you think that made he read of this kind of big name?
What was that?
What do you think why Muchidama Bhadra has get rid of this famous and going to retreat?
Would it be an example for us?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think it's showing us what's really important, which isn't a big name, but your personal practice and not what people think about you, but
yeah,
really
especially
becoming a person who can really help people.
Especially you have a lot of students around you.
Yeah,
and you have the courage to send an oath.
but I was feeling really bad for his students actually.
Yeah.
And I was like Geshe Michael, please don't do that. Like, please.
But he said he sent him. So the only thing you can do is study.
Yeah.
That's kind of okay.
So Lama have already think a plan to take care of their student is to send them to the monastery.
Yeah, he sent back.
Yeah, he did have a plan for them.
We can't hear what Geshe Michael says. The mic doesn't pick up what Geshe Michael says. If you could repeat for us.
Yeah, Geshe Michael say although he sent his student back, but he didn't send them back to home. He sent them back to the monastery, so he got a plan for them.
Yeah, like he didn't abandon them. He had a plan for them to succeed even when he was in retreat.
They probably needed
Thank
momo makers at the monastery.
I didn't hear that. So Geshe Michael said they probably need some momo maker around in the monastery.
Monastery, yeah.
Okay. Anyone have any team?
Well, it's more of a personal question. I've had a question lately about oftentimes in my practice, I find that I have too many good options. Like which one do I choose? And the recent question I've had is it's a personal question. My father got sick again, and I've been trying to figure out when to go visit him, right? And I've been asking the question, well, how do I choose which one? Like, which is the best karma to choose? And at least today I got an answer. I don't know if it's the official answer, but the way that that language was used in the biography when he said his father died versus his lama died, right? It seemed it helped me a little bit to be like, but I don't know if that's what I'm always going to choose. But at least in this biography, it showed it's not that it's a bad karma, right? But it's like, what's the level of language being used, and like what might be the highest karma to choose? And if there's a conflict, and it's kind of annoying sometimes when you have conflicts like that. Like, what's the best thing to choose, I guess. So that's what I want to share.
So again.
Yeah, I was just wondering, such a great Lama, writing good books, teaching a lot of great students, became a Khedrup wise and accomplished, and then he went retreat for 35 years. So imagine if he were to stay and continue teaching and writing, probably we would have much more literatures coming out of his excellent brain. So I was thinking, could this be, but this is always a complaint from Cynthia about me. When I do teaching, I like to give a lot of contents. So she always told me, come on, it's not about content, it's about how people absorb and use it in life. So I was thinking probably this Lama, Quicksilver Lama, is trying to tell us that, hey, content is content, but use it in your life. And yeah, that's why he went for 35 years retreat, which is, I mean, to a normal person like me, it felt like a bit wasted. Such an excellent life, and he went there for 35 years. But I think that's a sort of a wake-up call for me, I think. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Adam?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I got some personal, like a personal message too regarding retreat. So I turned 41 this year, and I remember in the biography it was saying that when he turned 41, he kind of went into, personal solitary practice. So just wanted to tell all you guys out there, I'll see you in 40 years.
Oh, where can I serve you? Where are you going to be?
Oh my goodness. I'll probably be right where I am.
You need one to fetch the water for you?
I volunteer.
He's got that Coca-Cola billboard in the back. Coke.
Yeah, I think.
That's why you have.
Yeah. In the early age of Muchudama's life, he requests a lot of teaching from his teachers, especially about the language. So I don't know, in his mind that time, probably he already have a goal in the future. He want to translate some Sanskrit literature into Tibetan, and he also composed a lot of his own texts. So I don't know, when I read Muchidama Spadra's text, it feels so, how to say, a friend is talking to you and you don't feel so difficult to comprehend his word and in order to get a concept. So I think he have a great writing skill. Yeah. Anyone else? No. Okay. 9:15. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and thank you. Is Juan Hasso here?
Hello, Gibson. I'm here. What's up? How are you?
Don't let me do.
What? Are you happy?
So you got a suntan.
What? Yes. It's the Mexican weather, but it's very cool. Are you happy to be in Arizona? Last time I see you, we meet in Japan in the event of the Heart Sutra commentaries. Very nice to see you. How long are you gonna stay? Yes. How long are you gonna be in Arizona this time?
We are going to stay here at the end of November, and we'll go to Diamond Mountain.
Very well. Okay, see you there soon then. Okay, so I'm gonna start presenting some of the news that are happening. First, I wanna say, I'm very interested, Adam, if you're there hearing. I don't know if you were joking. I thought you were joking. I was expecting laughings and smiles, but then you didn't. So I don't know.
Totally.
You're for real? You're or what? I don't know.
No. It was just joking because it kind of sounded like Ngulchu Drama Barja entered a 40-year retreat. So and I was kind of just joking. I'm not entirely awake yet. So plus I was waiting to hear other people laughing and then nobody
I was waiting for you to laugh. You see? We go like okay, but it's cool. And of course, I bet for many people, this idea of eventually at some point in our lives to do a long retreat is very attractive. Maybe in the future, there are chances to do that. But just when I hear you, I was like, wow, that's amazing. But you say, okay, I'm going for 4 years. But anyways, it's a good joke and it's a good practice as well. So either way.
I've still got 2 books we're translating too. So I think I need to finish those up.
That's correct. Actually, I was wondering, what's going to happen with his book?
No, I've still got a lot of work I'm committed to. So
very well. Oh yeah, and you have your baby as well. Maybe when she's older. But all right, I'm going to present some of the news that are happening these days around the Worldview organizations. Today I have to share my own screen, so let me open it for you. 1 second. All right. Share screen. Share sound. Okay, this is what we have for today. First of all, we are very happy and very glad to hear that our dear friend Jigme, she had to go through a little surgery at the hospital, but she's at home doing well. We want to wish her best and quick healing very soon. Geshe Michael, in his daily update emails that you can sign up if you're interested, just talk to Lindsay. He told us about this, so it was very wonderful to hear Jigme is doing very well. And we sent her our love and best wishes. So we are rejoicing about that. And please stay and please keep being our friend and keep helping us. Thank you so much for everything you do. Also, last Saturday, we were talking about this 25th anniversary of The Garden. This is a wonderful book. I've seen how it's very interesting. Sometimes you talk to people, they are interested in different aspects of these teachings. And to me, it's very fun to try to guess what kind of book will be a good, nice introduction for people. I think The Garden is like a very, very complete book that summarizes a lot of the essential, very deep topics that we study here. So it's a great, great book. And the format that it's written is also very wonderful. It's like a story mode, but very, very full of deep teachings and meaningful teachings. So you can check it out. Talk to Rosa or follow the QR code. Next, okay, today and tomorrow, Earl is having these teachings on the inner kingdom, sharing some of the teachings Geshe Michael was teaching, as we were just mentioning, in one of these 3-year retreats that he did. So if you missed today because already happened, you can do tomorrow. So there is a QR code. And to remind you that in November, YSI is going to be having the last chapter on the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Profound Partnerships and Unmatched Joy is the title of this program, November 14 to November 25th in the Sedona College, Sedona, Arizona. Again, we want to keep inviting you to do some research. If you're interested in the innovation retreats, I think it's really, really wonderful what they are about to do, starting in September the 9th. This time, the group is open for English speaker people as well. And we have a new video that we would like to share with you. It's a very cool video. It's very short, so I'm going to share it with you. I just need to stop share the screen for a sec and open it here. Okay. There you go. I hope you can see my screen. And this is the website. Last time I made a mistake trying to share the website, but this is the correct one. You can see innovationretreats.com. Wonderful website. Then if you go there, you can see this video. I'm going to play it for you. Let me know if you can hear the sound. Oh, wow. I don't know if I open the screen big, but let's try.
And you, as a group of people who are about to undertake. The art of retreat has been lost in the modern world. And you, as a group of people who are about to undertake an IR retreat, you have a responsibility and an opportunity to bring back to the world one of the greatest skills and most valuable skills in human history. You guys are so lucky to come to one of the first IR retreats in history because you are the guinea pigs who are going to prove to the whole world, the whole modern world, that this ancient art of retreat has an extremely valuable place in modern life. A person who has developed their retreat skills with IR is a person who is confident, a person who is highly, highly creative, and very successful. When you are confident, creative, and successful, you're also really having fun with your whole life. If you're already innovative and successful, you have no idea how much more innovative and successful you will be after an IR retreat.
Okay, so there you go. If you want to hear more about it, go to the website. You can watch the video again or research for more details on how to sign up there. Okay, let me keep showing you the news. Sorry that I'm handling my own screen today. Multitasking. Yeah. We have the QR code if you want to follow. Why is it? Can you see the screen? I hope so.
It's apparently loading.
It's a what?
Apparently, it's loading. But now
okay.
it's...
All right.
There it is.
Wonderful. You can follow this QR code as well for the innovation retreats. Also to remind you that Tim Lowenhop is doing the translation of the steps on the path. He's following the Xuanzang Tower style, where line by line, he goes through the ancient Asian language, Tibetan, that we're studying. And then it's about learning the language itself and learning the content. He's doing this on Wednesdays, 8 to 9 a.m. Arizona time. And just to let you know that on Monday, we're going to have a special interview with the Diamond Silk Entrepreneur University team. It's cooking. On Monday, we're going to be talking about very cool news they have to share with us. And finally, next Saturday, we will be having also an interview with Rachel Webb, representing 3 Joules. She's going to be talking about the meditation, the famous meditation teacher training that 3 Joules organizes every year. So that's the news for now. We have a few more minutes. And for that, we have our great friends from living these days in Guadalajara. It's Aisha and Anatol. They are doing wonderful, wonderful projects. And I would like to invite them to the screen. If someone can help me to pin them. And they are somewhere around. They have very cool news to share. But they are muted. Oscar is there. I see him.
Okay, now we can talk.
How are you doing?
We're great. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. So where are you and what are you doing? What is that green screen over there?
You explain, Mr. Innovation.
We were gonna show you some videos back here, but it's not going right.
You got reverb going on.
Yeah, we can close that. Yeah. Hello? Okay.
We hear you well.
No, we don't hear you.
So yeah, we just we've been going to the parks. A couple weeks ago, like we were showing, we went to the main park of Zapopan, the kids park, and it's a park that actually Hector helped to design. And we had a big festival there, and we showed some clips from that. But today we want to share with you. Afterwards, we've been going to this park that's nearby. It's a lot of children that are I don't know, I want to call them orphans, but they kind of like hang out in the park pretty much alone, and they don't have much to help them. So the government invited us to go there and start to introduce healthy lifestyle habits to them. So we've been going for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we have some clips to just kind of share with you from this computer.
Yeah.
And we'll just hold it up to the camera.
Basically, it's a park where the kids are so alone, and it's the only place where they can go out to play. That a lot of amazing things happen, but also it's a park where they say that a lot of dangerous things happen more towards dusk. And we've been trying to shift that energy and get the kids, instead of getting into gangs and fighting and doing dangerous things, we were hoping to get them to use their energy to play soccer with Oscar, to play DJ with Anatole, to drink healthy things, to be with Hector and play and just be happy. So we're going to share with you some of those videos of those moments where we were really fortunate to throw parties and a lot of
rain
feasts. Yeah, mixed with rain, because here's the rainy season. So even the rain couldn't stop us from from keep feeding everybody and dancing. It was really beautiful, and we hope that we can keep helping these kids that they just need love. They just need some attention. They need education. So we're trying to provide a little bit more of that with our GSP program.
Yeah, so we went out and got like 160 Beyond Burgers, like these are veggie burgers, and hot dogs, vegan hot dogs. And so we made a big cookout for them, and then yesterday we brought our friend that cuts coconuts, and so everybody got like fresh coconut. Some people said that they haven't had even though there's coconuts all over Mexico, they're kind of luxurious. So some people said they had had a coconut for years.
For years. So they were really enjoying everything we were sharing. Some of them even couldn't believe that the veggie burgers were veggie. They thought they were real meat. And we were like, no, you don't need to eat meat. So it was also very interesting for them to find out about healthy but very yummy things for them.
Okay, so we're gonna play you some footage of one of the first weeks we were there.
Okay.
And this is like how long did the kids stay here for?
Last time we stayed until 5 or less.
They were still here. They're here just hanging out.
Yeah, we arrived, they were here.
So the park was covered in glass. The basketball court was covered in hundreds of bottles of glass, and even whole bottles broken, and many pieces of glass. So we swept all the glass up for them, and so which was great because a lot of kids started falling right in front of us, and we could see that they could easily cut themselves. So then we went and did the cookout. I'm going to show you a couple clips of that. That's the part. Oh, wait. There were some older people, young people, parents. And we made them smoothies.
Okay.
Can you hear us over there? It seems that there are some connection problems, but also the time is up. So I think we will have to talk to them again soon, and they can share us the videos or something. But I guess that's all for all. And next Monday, interview with DSEU. Next Saturday, interview with Rachel Webb from 3 Jules. So it's great to see you all. Thank you for coming. And if everything goes well, see you again in Monday. Have a great weekend. See you later. Best regards to all. Thank you for everything you're doing. Best wishes, Gibson and Adam as well. If you ever do a 4-year retreat, success. Good to see you, Rob Haggerty Jr. Congratulations for your new surfboard. I was talking to Nick about that the other day. He said you're doing well. We were talking about
I got up about 10 times. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. To me, it's really a long learning curve. That's a sport really takes time. But he said you were doing well, so that's exciting. See you soon then. Best wishes.
See you, Juan.
See you.
Good job, Mother.
Thank you. You too.
Can we save the? Oh, we're not online anymore. I need
we are.
Yeah, save all the chats.